Rutgers Scarlet Knights had a nice recruiting class this year. All signs point to it being even better. Chris Ash, the head coach of Rutgers, is joining us now. Chris, let's start big picture. This is the first year of the early signing day. 1 year into it, what's your take on it?
You know, there's obviously goods and bads. The good thing is that you get players signed. You do not have to go babysit them and go visit them each week in the month of January. The tough part of it is, though, you're trying to cram in basically 2 months of what you would have a year ago, 2 months of recruiting into about 3 weeks, and that makes it very tough. It's very difficult to go out and find and evaluate and recruit those players that may have had a great senior year and were not necessarily on the radar screens of a lot of people after their junior year, or highly talked about or highly ranked. That makes it more difficult because there are a lot of those players that are out there. But I think, you know, we'll have conversation about it after today as a coaching community, and at the national convention there'll be a lot of thoughts and ideas on how we'll move forward and maybe make it better.
Just about everybody wanted the quarterback, Sakowski, that you're bringing in. Why did you want him?
Well, he's from 30 minutes from campus. He made a decision to go down to IMG last January for his senior year, and actually it was probably the best thing for us. He went down there, he got developed, he competed, improved himself as a quarterback, got to play against a lot of other great, talented players down there. But he also realized that he really wanted to be around his family and come back home and play at his home state here in New Jersey. But we've been recruiting for 2 years. He's a tremendous individual, high character, great leader. He's got great size, very strong arm, and we're really excited about him and our other quarterback, Jalen, that we're bringing in.
And a couple wide receivers that he or Jalen could be throwing to, Jalen Jordan and Zaheer. How talented are those two?
I think they've got a ton of talent. They've got size that we don't necessarily have at our wide receiver position right now. Jalen's got tremendous size, 6'5", about 215 pounds. He can play wide receiver, he can play H, he could grow into a tight end. There's a lot of things he can do. He can stretch the field. He can create mismatches against safeties and linebackers. So we're very excited about him. Zaheer's got just big playability. He can go up and get the ball. And again, he's got size, and he's got big playability that we've been missing in our offense. So we're excited to get both of those guys.
You have a running back, Isiah Pacheco, who is an amazing young man. He's had to deal with some real awful adversity, losing 2 siblings to way too early deaths already. What was the process like recruiting with him?
It was a lot of fun, to be honest with you. Isiah is a tremendous young man. He's a guy that just loves the game of football. He has a smile on his face all the time. He has gone through some real adversity, as you mentioned, with his family. But the kid just continues to move forward and just try to be the best he can be every single day. And I just love his attitude and his approach to his daily habits. And he's going to be a great impact on our locker room and our football team, and very excited to have him.
So before we let you go, I want to give you some credit here. So I'm looking back last year at my old notes, and one of the questions I asked you was, give me a player out of everybody you have that you think, if everything goes right, could make a difference this fall. The player you said was quarterback Jonathan Lewis. Sure enough, he made a difference and played this fall. So I'm asking you the question again. This year's class, Chris, give me a name or two that you think, if everything goes right, we can see them this fall.
Oh, boy, that's tough, because I think there's several. I think we played 14 or 15 true freshmen last year in some capacity, and several of them were impact players. And I don't know if there'll be that many this year, but we're going to play a lot. Isiah Pacheco, that you just mentioned, I think has a chance to make an impact right away on our football team in some capacity. The quarterbacks are possibly going to have a chance. The wide receivers, Raekwon O'Neal, we're very excited about him as an offensive lineman. But there's a lot of them, and it's hard to single out one individual.
Fair enough. Chris.